What's up, guys? How's it going? My name is Joe. We are back with another episode of British Guy Reacts, and previously we dived into the career of Shohei Ohtani, and today we're going to look at his teammate Mike Trout. But this isn't going to be such a positive video, in all honesty. This video is titled "Why Mike Trout is the most wasted athlete in the world." So I kind of know the reason already of that, because when I was watching the World Baseball Classic, I saw these two teammates that were being hyped up as the best players currently in the league, and I saw they play for the Angels, so I thought, oh, the Angels must be the best team in the league. Turns out that's not the case. Let's dive into this video and find out the reasons why he is being wasted over there. If you are new around here, please do subscribe to the channel. There's like 80% of you still not subscribed. It's gone down from 88 to 80, so that's better, but we've still got work to do. Please, let's get into it.
Imagine for a second if LeBron James never played in the postseason.
I don't want to imagine that. That'd be horrible.
Yes! LeBron James at the buzzer!
Imagine if LeBron dominated the regular season year in and year out, as he has for the better part of 2 decades now, but never got into the big dance because his teammates or his club's front office were so consistently
He wouldn't stand for it, would he?
Imagine if the greatest player of his generation, arguably of all time, never got to burnish his legacy with indelible postseason moments, and never got a chance to play for the big one. It's unfathomable, right? Well, it's happening in baseball.
Unfathomable.
It's happening to
I can't
Mike
say that
Trout.
word. Poor Mike. Come on, Mike. What's going on? Let's find out. I might become an Angels fan, you know. I was considering it, and this video is going to turn me away from that.
1-2. This is out toward right field. Going back on it is Tucker. He's watching it go. That is gone.
It's gone.
Career home run number 300 for Mike Trout.
300, you
And
know.
he sits atop the Angels home run leaderboard all by himself.
There's really no comparable athlete when you consider Trout's production against his team's lack thereof. How about Detroit Lions legend Barry Sanders, who led the NFL in rushing 4 times and sits 4th on the all-time yards list? But Sanders made 5 playoff appearances over 10 seasons, though Detroit only had 1 postseason win to show for it.
Ooh.
Or Hall of Famer and 15-time MLB All-Star Tony Gwynn, who spent his entire 20-year career playing for mostly bad Padres teams. However, Gwynn did appear in the World Series twice, losing both times.
I'm not aware of
Maybe
Gwynn.
it's
Maybe I
former
need to look
NBA
into
MVP,
Gwynn.
Hall of Famer, and 15-time All-Star Kevin Garnett, who
I know Kevin
languished
Garnett.
in Minnesota for more than a decade and suffered
Went to
7
Boston.
straight first-round playoff exits.
Paul Pierce.
But again, KG got a ring with Boston
Kevin
in
Garnett.
08 and made
Ray
another
Allen,
finals appearance
right?
in 2010. Yes, it's true that comparing
Rondo?
baseball to other sports, and especially basketball, isn't exactly apples to apples. One superstar can't carry a team in baseball. Still, the
Don't tell me
extent
this.
to which the Los
I'm playing for the
Angeles
Washington
Angels
Nationals on
have
my career
squandered
mode.
Mike Trout's brilliance year after frustrating year is downright baffling. Trout isn't just the best player of his generation, after all. He might be the best player ever. No player ever accrued as much WAR through his age 27 season as Trout did. Not Ty Cobb, not Mickey Mantle, not Willie Mays, not Barry Bonds, not even Babe Ruth.
The king of crash. The colossus of cloud. The colossus of clouds. Babe Ruth!
And were it not for a literal pandemic, Trout almost certainly would have finished the 2020 campaign with more wins above replacement than every other player in history through age 28 as well. Already, Trout has racked up more WAR than Hall of Fame center fielders Duke Snider and Andre Dawson, who played until they were 37 and 41 respectively. He's also lapped fellow Cooperstown inductees Reggie Jackson, Frank Thomas, and Rod Carew, as well as his own Hall of Fame-bound contemporaries like Derek Jeter and Miguel Cabrera. In just 8 seasons as a full-time player, Trout finished either first or second in American League MVP voting 7 times. And the Millville media,
Yo, but none of it matters,
that's
does
his
it?
nickname,
If you
has
don't win
3 MVP awards on his
World
mantle
Series.
already. The same number as Joe DiMaggio, Stan Musial, and longtime teammate Albert Pujols.
it's like Harry
Only
Kane in
Barry
England.
Bonds, history's all-time
If you know, you know.
home run king, has more MVP awards than Trout. And had Trout not missed 6 weeks due to injury in 2017, the only year in which he wasn't the AL MVP or runner-up, he probably would have taken home the award that year too. He still led the majors in OPS that season, injury be damned, and he ultimately finished 4th in AL MVP voting. Yet despite Trout's unprecedented brilliance, the Angels have made the playoffs just once since Trout burst onto the scene 9 years ago.
Once?
In 2014, in the wake of a 78 and 84 season, Trout slugged the Angels to their first AL West Division title in a half-decade, propelling them to a 98-win campaign and earning his first MVP award for his 36-homer, 111 RBI, 939 OPS, 8.3
What was his batting
WAR
average?
effort.
Breaking pitch out toward left. Going back on it is gone. A big fly. Walk-off style. And the Angels.
6'5", look at that.
Unfortunately, Los Angeles' World Series hopes lasted about 15 minutes. Despite
What?
leading the majors
15
in
minutes?
wins that season, the Angels were no match for the plucky Kansas City Royals, who swept Trout and the Angels in 3 games in the American League Division Series en route to their first pennant in almost 20 years. And since then, the Angels have been a complete disaster. They finished 3rd in their division in 2015 at 85 and 77, finishing 1 game back of the 2nd wildcard spot, and haven't so much as sniffed a postseason spot since. The Angels have finished with a losing record in each of the last 4 seasons, and their 2020 campaign has been nothing short of a debacle. Even with a new manager at the helm and a new superstar in tow, the Angels have been one of the worst teams in baseball this year, and they're currently on pace for their
Maybe I
lowest
don't become an
winning
Angels
percentage
fan.
in franchise history.
You lollygag your way down to first. You lollygag in and out of the dugout.
What film's this?
You know what that makes you, Larry? Lollygaggers. Lollygaggers.
Frankly, though,
Lollygaggers.
their failure to turn Trout's historically productive prime into postseason bursts is as perplexing as it is frustrating. After all, the Angels consistently field one of the game's highest payroll. They're aggressive in free agency and on the trade market, and they've picked up plenty of big names in recent years to take the load off Trout. From Andrelton Simmons to Justin Upton to Shohei Ohtani to, most recently, Anthony Rendon, the all-star third baseman whom they signed to a $245 million contract in December.
How many years is
and
that?
yet, year after year, they stink. Something always goes wrong. And while superstar level talent gets squandered in every sport, the Angels seem to be in a league of their own in this regard.
It's not a league
The
you want to
Edmonton
be in.
Oilers haven't lived up to expectations since Connor McDavid, their supposed savior, debuted 5 years ago. But they've still made the postseason twice during that span. The Milwaukee Bucks, meanwhile, haven't hoisted the Larry O'Brien and Giannis Antetokounmpo's brilliant tenure with the club, but they're at least in contention every year, having waltzed into the playoffs 4 seasons in a row, and posting the best record in the NBA the last 2 seasons.
But, you know, Contavious,
Oh my gosh. Say it with
The
your
Greek
chest,
freak.
Giannis.
The Angels, however, consistently struggle to play even .500 baseball while Trout assaults the record books year after year. You might even say that Trout is this generation's Ted Williams. The splendid splinter was one of the best hitters who ever lived, but his excellence was largely wasted by the Boston Red Sox, who won just 1 pennant throughout Williams' sensational 19-year Hall of Fame career. Fortunately for Los Angeles at least, Trout isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Theoretically, the Angels will have plenty of time to build a winner around him after signing Trout to a 12-year, $426.5 million contract extension just 2 winters ago.
Yo, that's
The
insane.
largest guaranteed contract.
12-year deal. The longest I've ever heard of is like in football recently, Chelsea gave a guy like a 6-year deal, I think it was, Mudryk. And everyone was like, what the hell, 6 years? Or like 7 years it was. Like normally it's like 4 years max, 5 years max. Because you don't know if that guy could get a career-ending injury and you spent a lot of money. 12 years?
In the history of professional sports. Trout, however, is less than a year away from his 30th birthday. And if the Angels want to capitalize on the prime of his career, they need to get it together fast. For now, the best baseball player on the planet continues to waste away in Anaheim, where he invariably watches the Division Series, let alone the World Series, from his couch every October. Simply put, no team in sports history has ever wasted a superstar quite like the Angels have with Mike Trout.
Get it together, Angels. I might still become a fan, you know. I'm here for the come up.
Thanks for watching.
I'm going to miss all the hard times, and I'm going to be there for the come up when you do sort your out. Maybe that's what we do. Because Angels have some cool players there. Just the two, really, that I know. Ohtani and Mike Trout. But I also like the jerseys and the hats and that. So I was considering it. If you've been watching my MLB The Show series, I play for the Washington Nationals, but everyone on my gaming channel has steered me clear of supporting them. Guys, let me know, what do you think? Can you think of any other athletes who have been more wasted than Mike Trout is currently being, and why? Why are they failing so bad? Like, it's not really give me an answer, but I guess he doesn't know. They got the talent, they've changed the manager, like they're getting new players in constantly. What's going wrong there? What is going wrong with the Los Angeles Angels? You let me know down below. I'll see you for the next one. Take it easy.